Some men discover truths. Some men, well, they grow beards. Charles Darwin, he did both at the same time. Welcome back, everybody, to another Beard-tery, beard history. See how creative I am? I just took beard and history and made Beard-tery. Yeah, I know sometimes it's probably hard to, say, and I'll probably mess it up again. But either way, this is episode 5. If you're here, you loved 1, 2, 3, 4. If you haven't seen 4, 3, 2, 1, go back. It doesn't matter what order. We have a lot of them. What are we going to do? We're going to talk about Charles Darwin and, what not only he did, but his beard. We're going to give you a little bit of history. That's the history in Beard-tery. But then we're going to rank the beard at the end of this because, well, I love ranking a good beard, a bad beard, all the beards, and you'll be able to see where Charles Darwin beards ranks up against all the other 4 people that we've already ranked. So before, we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's do this. Because before Charles Darwin was the face of evolution, Darwin looked like the kind of guy who, well, would offer you tea and catalog your insects. He was a naturalist with a curious mind. He set sail in 1831 on the HMS Beagle, a voyage that would forever change the course of science, and eventually, the shape of his jawline. But during his 5-year journey, Darwin, well, fortunately, he was still beardless, a thinker, a questioner, a man about to blow the roof off theological biology, but his chin, exposed, vulnerable, defenseless. But by the time on the origin of species, when it was actually published in 1989, Darwin's ideas, well, they were controversial. They were also revolutionary and increasingly fury. He began growing his beard sometime in the 1860s. It wasn't just a beard. It was a philosophical forest. I feel like we should put that on a t-shirt. It was a Victorian face jungle. Oh, I like that one too. And by 1870, Darwin's beard had evolved into its final form. Wizard tear. It was long, white, majestic. It could have passed for a snowy owl in mid-flight. Why the beard? Some say it was due to chronic illness. His skin was sensitive. Others think it was about age. And, well, image. He wanted to look better. We say it was evolution's final flex. But unfortunately, Darwin passed away in 1882, but his legacy and his beard lived on. He's buried in Westminster Abbey, right next to Sir Isaac Newton. Darwin's scientific contributions transformed biology forever. And his beard, well, it's now etched into busts, statues, history books, textbooks, even action figures. It became a visual shorthand for genius with a wild side. His beard didn't win wars, but it won minds. It didn't strike fear, it struck wonder. With all that being said, do you know what time it is? No, it's not time to get out of here. And I don't actually want you to look at your watch like I did. I don't know, when I hear what time is it. Anyways, it's time to rank Darwin's beard. And as always, we got a couple of categories. We're going to start off with fear factor. Was Darwin's beard scary? Did you look at Darwin's beard and go, huh? Did you look at Darwin's beard and just simply fear it? No. But maybe if you didn't know him and you were just walking in the streets, nowadays they're like, oh, look at the homeless person. No. But either way, I could see where it could potentially be scary, but overall, it's not a scary beard in my opinion. 2.9 out of 10. And then it leads to wisdom points. Let's be honest. Darwin, his big brain, there's still Darwinism. Wisdom points for this long, majestic, white flowing beard, 9.2 out of 10. Dude was wicked smart. Intimidation level, kind of like fear factor, but a little bit. Did it intimidate you? Not really. Does somebody with a big brain and a big beard potentially in certain conversations intimidate you? Maybe, but he wasn't known as the Intimidator. That was Dale Earnhardt. So for this, in honor of Dale, we're going with a 3.1. Thickness and wildness, it was a pretty thick beard. It was long, it was flowing, it was majestic. And wildness, well, it was the 1800s. There wasn't Copper John's Beard Care Company out there, with the beard oils, the beard balms, the beard butters, the mustache wax, the combs, and everything else. So it was pretty thick, it was pretty wild. But I'm a tough but fair judge. So in the grand scheme of things, and all of the ones that we have and are going to rank, this is an 8.2 for thickness and wildness. And historical impact, as we mentioned, this beard is etched in history books. I mean, it's etched in stone. It's etched everywhere. This has a huge historical impact, in my opinion. Getting it a 9.2 out of 10. Total score for Darwin and his beard is a 32.6 out of 50. And right here, look at the screen. Look at me right here, right here. This is where it ranks out of the 5. So there it is. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I think it's a pretty fair ranking. I'm starting to feel like I'm fairly good at what I do here. But let's be honest. Darwin's beard, it didn't just evolve. It became the face of evolution itself. It wasn't the fiercest or the scariest, but it was possibly the wisest and most iconic beard in all of science and potentially the world. If you want to see where this beard ranks up over time, well, you're just going to have to come back in each episode. Check it out. You'd think I'd be all over putting it out on beardlawstudio.com. So if I remember and you remind me, I'm going to put the up-to-date standings right on beardlawstudio.com under the Beard-tery page. So go check it out. But either way, we can't thank you enough. And if you're looking for some more things to watch, to listen to, Beard Law Studio is the home of a little bit of everything for a little bit of everyone. History, mystery, Your Town Podcast, Triple T, where we do conspiracy theories. Tales of the Beard, historical, fictional, little bit of everything as well. And we also have the Stay Out of My Fridge podcast, where the boys, they talk about dad stuff, food, all sorts of whatever. The Body Wrong podcast, the boys, well, you're going to laugh for an entire hour, and you might even potentially get a little bit offended, but that's comedy, baby. Saturday, we have Pass Ball podcast, and, well, right here, Beard-tery, and every Sunday, Street Sign Story Time. Are we crazy? Yep! But we are here to entertain, and hopefully you've been entertained and enjoyed and educational. Hopefully you learned something. If you got a recommendation for next week, drop it in the comments, because we're going to be back with another episode of Beard-tery, episode 6, next week. Same time, same place? Yeah, let's do it. With all that being said, if you're still here, I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my beard. We'll be back next week. Take care, everybody.